Alright guys, so the other day I made a video on push-ups and I'm going to do the same on how to do a good squat and how to do a perfect squat. So the first thing is foot placement. And here's the thing, there's no such thing as a perfect squat for everybody because people have different shaped hip joints and pelvises. So for example, if we look at a little spine here, people have different lengths and angles of your neck. People have different orientations of the acetabulum or fossa. So like some people the fossa is more on the side, other people it's more to the front. Some people's are deeper than others, some people's are shallower. So depending on how your hips are shaped determines what's a perfect squat for you. All right, so rules of thumb, you want your feet about shoulder width apart, right? Some people a little wider, some people a little more narrow. And then you want your toes straight to maybe slightly flared out, all right? So you just kind of find what's comfortable. And here's how I like to teach and to practice squats. So the reason I do it in a doorway is because everybody's got a doorway at home, so you can use your doorway. So you get in nice and tight, so that way it keeps you from bending forward, all right? So you get in nice and tight, feet about shoulder width apart, grab onto the trim, and just kind of push your butt back and then down, all right? And then up. And here's what's really important to look for with a squat. People are always worried about like where your knees are going. If it goes past your toes is fine. If it goes out a little bit, that's fine. What's really important is that you maintain this little curve in your low back throughout the squat. When people get hurt, here's what happens is legs are down and you want to squat with your hips, right? Where you get in trouble is when you start squatting and your hips are tight or your legs are weak. Then you get to this point, and then you flex your spine. And when you lose this curve in your low back, you pinch the firm the disc. And if you do that repetitively, that's when you get a disc injury. Or if you're holding on to a bunch of weight and you're doing a squat and you lose this curve, that's how you injure a disc. So extremely important in every exercise you do. Try and maintain this curve in your back. It's nothing too when sometimes you get a cue to keep a straight back. And keeping a straight back means you want to maintain this lordotic curve in your low back. It doesn't mean you should push it out to try and make it straight. So here's what you don't want to do. So let's say you're getting on the wall and you're going down, 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 and then that, where you see this round out. You want to keep that curve. That's what's important for a healthy squat, and this is a great way to practice. So you get in your doorway, get in tight, down, 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 down. Then I like to just sit here for a second or two. Sometimes we're out like this, you just gotta push your hips forward and you'll feel like kind of stretching and open up. That's a great way to practice your squat. So at home, I mean literally you should be able to build up to a couple hundred where you just practice down and up. Try to as well keep your heels on the ground. Try not to fall up like this. Keep your heels back and just do that consistently. So many folks, when they start and I meet them, over time, sitting at a desk especially, their hips get really, really tight. So when you squat, your hips get tight and impede you, and then you use your back for everything, right? And then over time, you get a loose, unstable back, and that's where low back injuries come from. As opposed to getting your hips loose, getting your leg muscles strong, so you squat with your legs and maintain that curve in your low back. I hope that helps. Practice it, practice it. It's one of the best exercises that you can possibly do, and unfortunately, so many people in our modern day lifestyles sit in a chair, we forget how to squat, and we squat improperly, and then we get hurt. So I'll start practicing.